What is up, guys? I am T-Man, and I am back again with another episode of Chase to the Championship. So, we're back at it again with our Rain team that we've been playing with the last few episodes. Changed it up a little bit after London, but otherwise, still the same team we're rolling with here. We're gonna actually hit Missing Null from California with a rating of 1696, I believe that was. And we're going to get a team of Tapu, Xurkitree, Talonflame, Salamence, Metagross, and Gigalith. So I think this is definitely a strong matchup for the Rain mode if I'm able to get Rain set up and keep Rain as the active weather, since there is an opposing Gigalith that I will have to deal with. For these kind of teams, I think I actually do like Tapu Koko and Golduck as a lead. It allows me to Volt Switch off of something and get get Pelipper rather in without having to deal with the Gigalith. And there's also things that I'd love to Volt Switch off of, like the Salamence, the Tapu Lele, and the Talonflame there. So this is definitely a strong lead. I definitely want to bring Pelipper in the back. My little bit of a worry here is with the opposing Talonflame and the Xurkitree. The Xurkitree is able to just do a lot of damage to whatever it wants to put damage out on, so that's definitely something that's threatening me a lot. I think in my last slot I want to bring Porygon 2, so I can take hits and maybe set up Trick Room if I absolutely need to. It's the Tapu Lele and the Talonflame specifically I'm a little bit afraid of. The Xurkitree can be a nuisance, but I think I'll have to remove it very early on. We'll go for Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu gives me a way to switch in on it and a way to knock it out if I need to. Yeah, the matchup's a little bit rough. Xurkitree, Talonflame, and Tapu Lele are definitely all big threats. So let's see what we have here. We're going to get the Pelipper, or the Golduck and the Tapu Koko leading against Xurkitree and Tapu Lele. Okay, I want to take note of terrains. So Tapu Lele will be going second. So not Scarf. Definitely could be Scarf Xurkitree, it could be Sass Xurkitree. I think I just want to Volt Switch and Protect on turn 1. I want to Volt Switch off of the Tapu Lele, get a little bit of chip damage there. I do want to bring in my Pelipper and Hydro Vortex the Xurkitree, either this turn or next turn. Yeah, Xurkitree is a huge threat that I have to deal with here, so I want to try and get Golduck into Rain so I know for a fact that it is faster. But we are going to get the Protect out from the Tapu Lele, so not going to be able to Volt Switch off of that, so that's very unfortunate. Tapu Koko will go for the Volt Switch, and that will show that it is not a Scarf Xurkitree either. So Discharge will go off and do probably around 40% to Tapu Koko, depending on the item. Yeah, not too much of damage. So I'm definitely in danger if the Tapu Lele decides to go for a Psychic Z move onto my Golduck. Something I can definitely do is Hydro Vortex the Xurkitree and Volt Switch off of it into Tapu Bulu, and what that will allow me to do is get chip damage on the Xurkitree and go into the Tapu Bulu and hopefully have Golduck live a Psychic move from the Lele, since I will reset the Psychic terrain into Grass terrain. So let's go ahead and do that and see if our Golduck can live this turn and get an attack off. The Xurkitree actually is faster than my Golduck, which is very unfortunate, and that will be going first and knocking out my Golduck. So that is Timid Xurkitree. That's definitely not what I wanted to see there. Oh, that's very bad. Yes, I am still running the modest max speed Golduck. So that's definitely not something I wanted to see there. It needed to be timid to outspeed the Golduck, which is unfortunate, but Yeah, Tapu Bulu is just gonna take so much damage there from Moonblast. Alright. So I'm gonna have to bring in Tapu Koko, and I'm gonna have to start thundering away at things. Because I think that's my win con now. Alright. So we got Electric Terrain up here, and there's a good chance I'll be able to do enough damage to knock out the Tapu Lele if I do want to thunder away at that. If he decides to double into the Tapu Koko, I'm not sure if there's much I can really do about that besides calling the double and going for Protect. I think maybe a Steel move will come out onto the Tapu Bulu. I think that's what I'm going to have to play for. So I'm going to Thunder the Tapu Lele and switch into my Pelipper. The opposing circuitry in the back is still very hard for me to deal with. Alright. So I'll get the raid up here. Let's see what the Metagross decides to do. Metagross protects, so if Thunder is able to pick up a knockout on the Tapu Lele here, I'd be in an absolutely fantastic spot. Let's see how much it's going to do. Thunder will pick up the knockout, so okay. We're at least still in the game. We're still in a pretty okay spot. Not great. Circuitry's still a huge threat, but definitely a lot better than before. Yeah, here comes the circuitry, and if I was able to do that much with Volt Switch, I think I might be able to pick up a knockout with Thunder on the circuitry. I think that's very possible. I think I want to Thunder the circuitry and Scald the Metagross. Metagross will withdraw, and it will be the Gigalith, so I will have to hit a non-accurate Thunder here, and let's see if Tapu Koko wants to connect with the circuitry or not. And no, we're gonna miss. Ah, that's very unfortunate. So I think Thunder might have been enough to pick up a knockout there. I will get a Scald off onto the Gigalith there, which is okay. The unfortunate part is my Pelipper will be going down this turn. Burn? No. Okay, so without a burn, I basically need to rely on Sandstorm Thunders. Yeah, and with Grassy Terrain having to be set back up now, I don't think I can pick up any knockouts that I really need to be picking up here. I think I need to go for Thunder and hope I paralyze the Metagross. I think any other situation, I pretty much lose the game. I think even if I paralyze the Metagross, I still probably lose. But, yep, Bullet Punch will be coming out, though, and that will be enough to pick up the Tapu Bulu. So, unfortunate, but, that's the risk of running Thunder. Thunder does not always hit unless you're running Rain, so, yeah, that looks like it would have been enough to pick up a knockout with Electric Terrain still up. That was the main thing that hurt not hitting the Thunder, was the fact that I could not keep my Focus Sash intact, and then Sandstorm was able to knock me out, so I had to bring in Grassy Terrain. But still well played by missing though. And I think that's actually the first time I've played somebody I've known on Battle Spot. I've been playing a decent amount of Battle Spot, not only with this cart, but I also played this cart on a different DS before I started doing Chase of the Championships. So finally cool to play somebody that I know. But we will head on into our next battle and hopefully look to rebound from our first loss here. We're still sitting at 1600, which is solid. What do we want to go with? Yeah, I'll go with Gladion. But yeah, Thunder, I think, would have been able to pick up the knockout on the circuitry, but that's fine. That's the risk of running Thunder. So, Still a very fun team. This will be the last episode that I am using it. Next week I will be switching to something else. Potentially something that somebody else ran at London. Potentially some of the new crazy stuff I've been testing since I got back. Since London did fill me with a lot of really cool ideas, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you guys. So trying to keep it fresh, kind of change up teams every so often. But yeah, I will be changing up next episode into some newer stuff that I think should be pretty enjoyable. Looks like we're taking a little bit longer to find a battle, and we got a Japanese player rating 1701. So we're going to have the team of Tapu Koko, Garchomp, Aerodactyl, Mimikyu, Arcanine, and Gastrodon. So this is a matchup I'd want to bring Rain to. He has the Gastrodon, which I know I have to deal with. Tapu Koko is also a huge threat if I bring any of my Rain mons. I think I can just bring full Rain. I am risking something like Taunt from the Tapu Koko. This is also very similar to a team that I played in Day 2 with the Tapu Koko, the Garchomp, and the Aerodactyl. I think it's a pretty cool core that's able to do a lot. So I think I'm going to lead Porygon 2. I don't know what the second one I want to lead is. I definitely want to bring Tapu Bulu and Muck, I think. And then probably Pelipper in the back. Pelipper still hits a lot of things very, very hard, and I think that's very appealing as far as something to bring. I could also just bring Golduck instead. I think that Rain is actually more useful though than just the Z move. We'll go with Pelipper and then with Muck and Tapu Bulu since we are running out of time there. But yeah, this matchup can get very rough depending on what ways he has to stop Trick Room, since that's definitely my game plan is to set up Trick Room, but he does have the Tapu Koko and the Aerodactyl, so that's something I'm going to have to play for. So we're going to see Aerodactyl and Garchomp, so this is actually the exact lead I lost to. The player Sky dropped the Porygon 2 and Sword Stance with the Garchomp, and then, Tectonic Rage the Porygon 2 on the way down, so I wouldn't be surprised to see something of that vein, but I can go for a double target into the Garchomp. I don't think that's terribly like, I want to go for the double into the Garchomp, but I also really want to set up Trick Room. And I'm wondering if I just go for Trick Room, because if he just double attacks, then I'm very far behind because he gets a lot of damage on Porygon 2. Otherwise, I can just set up Trick Room, and if he does taunt me with Aerodactyl, I still get the damage off on the Garchomp. So I think that's what I want to do, actually, is just go for Trick Room, and we will Scald the Garchomp. Because if he just goes for like double Rock Slide, then I can just set up Trick Room, that'll be fine. But we will have the Gastrodon switching in, and Aerodactyl will be using Smackdown on the Pelipper. So I will get Trick Room set up, so that's not bad. But we will have Scald going into the Storm Dream of the Gastrodon, and Trick Room will be going up. Okay. So the way I normally deal with Gastrodon is Toxicking it and then ignoring it for the rest of the game. And I think that's definitely something I can look to do here. I also kind of want to just start throwing Tri-Attacks at the Aerodactyl, because I think if I double into it, I know I want to start getting chip damage on it. The only problem is I don't think I'm going to 2KO with Hurricane plus Tri-Attack, and I'm not sure if Pelipper's going to live the turn either. Let's go for the Toxic on the Gastrodon, and we'll go for the Protect. So I really don't know if Pelipper is going to survive the turn here. We're going to see the Toxic go down on my Porygon 2. And I'm assuming probably just a Rock Slide. Which is unfortunate. I could have just gone for a Hurricane on the Aerodactyl and broken the Focus Sash, because I think having Muck come in here would have been pretty nice. I guess now I just have to hope that he's going to target down the Porygon 2 with the Gastrodon. I honestly think a +1 Scald will KO the Pelipper from here. But he does have the option to just Rock Slide if he wants to, so I think I'm just going to double into the Aerodactyl and see what happens. Worst comes to worst, he knocks me out and I got to switch into Muck. And I think Muck will be able to do a little bit more in Trick Room than the Pelipper has been doing. Aerodactyl will be switching out there. What's going to come in? It's the Mimikyu. That is not what I wanted to see. And we are going to see the Sludge Bomb from the Gastrodon. That will definitely take out the Pelipper. And Tri-Attack will be going into a Ghost type. So, very unfortunate series of events here. And, yeah, this is a very bad spot. So, I think I probably want to bring in Muck here. Muck allows me to at least knock something off here in Trick Room. I might want to actually start trying to get out of Trick Room as well. I could reset my own Trick Room. I know it's 4 Mons now. He has the Garchomp, Aerodactyl, Gastrodon, and Mimikyu. If I can get back into Trick Room after taking out these 2 Mons, I'll be in a good spot. I don't know if I can get to that in-game quick enough. I think I want to start Tri-Attacking away at the Gastrodon, and I think I can just go for a knockoff onto the Mimikyu. I expect Muck to get burned here. You can also just protect Mimikyu. We're going to see the Skull target down the Muck. Let's see how much it's going to be able to do. Almost knocking me out, but it was a critical hit. I will heal up with a Figgy Berry, though. I might not take a Scald now from the opposing Gastrodon, since he did crit the first one. Knockoff will come off, though, and it will break the Disguise there, which is okay. Knocking off a Spell Tag, that's interesting. I think that turn's mostly unfortunate because of the fact that the crit might put me in range now that I will be knocked out by the Scald, which means I can't just knock off the Mimikyu again. We do have 1 turn of Trick Room left, so I kind of want to switch out here. And I think I just want to go for the Protect with Muck. If he predicts my switch on his Sludge Bombs, that would be pretty bad. But I don't think I've revealed Bulu yet, and I also think that's probably my best play to get back into the game. I mean, Scald and Rain is still going to do a lot to Bulu, even though I am a Grass type. Because he is a +1. I'd expect it to probably do around 40% to Bulu. But he does go for a Sludge Bomb, and it will catch the top of Bulu switching, so that's going down for absolutely certain. Alright. So, I'm going to have Porygon 2 and Muck. I'm not taunted anymore, so I can potentially set up Trick Room. Rain has run out, so I don't think it can knock out my Muck anymore either, so that's a very positive situation. I think my play is pretty simple. I bring in Porygon 2 and I hit Trick Room and I hit Knockoff on the Mimikyu. Because I think Gastrodon should be knocking itself out. Yes. So let's go for the Trick Room and the Knockoff onto the Mimikyu. Mimikyu will be going before the Muck there, though, so that will pretty much lock up any chances I had at winning the game. And knowing that Mimikyu did have his spell tag knocked off, I was going to be losing that game anyways. But, good game by my opponent. I did play into the Gastrodon, switching on turn 1. And, I don't think that the crit on the Muck really mattered all too much anyways. Once he got into the Trick Room and, was able to just switch in Mimikyu on the Tri Attack, that was very bad. For me at least, so, yeah. We're just gonna forfeit this game, and that will be a nice solid double loss on on Chase's Championship here, but that's alright. Just because, you know, you're not gonna win every game, and I did make some very questionable plays these two games over the course of this episode, so no hard feelings there. I gotta play better next time. Definitely did not want to play into that Gastrodon in turn 1 like I did, but yeah, otherwise, 2 solid games, and we'll try and rebound next time. So thank you very much, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back next week with a new team, hopefully, and I will see you guys then. Thank you very much.